Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Flacco looks to throw. Open man there is Darnell Washington. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Double tight, alert.
Now Flacco. Got a man open, it's Darren Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by a South Florida native, Patrick Peterson. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Here we go.
With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the 5-time Pro Bowler Troy Vincent. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. They'll run the screen with Mitchell, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic.
First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Flacco will take to the air again. Pass complete on the out route to Beckham. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Flacco. Washington with a catch, middle of the field. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
A 26-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
All right, Brandon, back to you, too, in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a fine first half from quarterback
Welcome
Sam
back.
Howell.
Charles and I settled
He
in
got
the
off to a
booth
hot
ready
start
for
with 2 first-quarter
number
touchdown
3.
passes. Threw another for good measure in the second quarter. So he has been on target throughout.
And the half will begin with a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
To pass, Flacco. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. That'll give them 8 that time, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
Play action, Flacco. That is caught, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. First down, here's Mitchell. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Mitchell. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
I'm gonna come back to you. I'm gonna come back to you. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Howell throwing on first down here. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Back to throw, Howell. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Another throw for Howell. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 47 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Tyreek Hill. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Niners have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Groupie able to add the PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And he's got some space here. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. A point after, good by Groupie. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the New Orleans Saints. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from the Superdome. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Let's go.
Carr going to throw right away. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On play action, now Carr. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Christian Wilkins. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Carr. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. Carr gonna throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. To throw, it's Carr. They'll get this out to Kamara. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 30. Now Carr again. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Into the red zone, it's Carr. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
He's not going to get me. Check. Watch twist.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Groupie able to add the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And some room to roam now. Oh, some strong running. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily the run early.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time.
The pressure gets there, and Tua's going to be taken down. Zach Bond from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation, turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll have a Dolphins 1st down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 66 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Taken down by Pete Werner. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, a run with Mostert. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Colin Saunders gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Tua. Flushed out right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Looking to pass. Tua. To a hit, and the ball is out. And this is picked, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Kamara. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5.
51's Mike.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Flush to his right. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And taken right at the 35. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. On second down, here's Carr. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Throwing his Carr on third down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins will take over possession here up at the 44. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Second and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Tua, a final shot before half. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. This taken in right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
He'll hit Mostert again here. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Alontae Taylor.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Hey, we're good. Wide 85. Coming to you. 734.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So,
and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Groupie for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
and let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Achane. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Achane. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Up the middle, Achane. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 90 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They hand it off to Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Dolphins 7.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a first. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins.
All right, partner, this is where I get to show my age. Because I remember when the strip sack kind of came into vogue, where defenders were taught not just to make the tackle, but to do that little extra, try and jostle the arm of the runner and knock it free. And that's what we just saw there.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Mostert is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
21G.
Achane is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. Able to punch it in on 3rd down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Now a play fake. Carr. And fights him off. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
51's a mic.
Throwing now is Carr. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They will look to flush the memory of that pick 6 as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter, getting down to the good stuff. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Carr. Dancing to his left. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Again, it's Carr.
Just like that. Just like that.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Now 2nd and 3. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Miami.
Achane here, they stay on the ground. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he'll go down at the 28. 108 yards rushing now from Mostert as he picks up a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Gain of 15. First down,
This is Mostert. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's a toss play right to Mostert. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Here's Mostert. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown. But no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
Here's 1st and goal.
You're trash. You're trash.
Tua. Here's Mostert. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Field goal. A 21-yard attempt.
The kick by Sanders is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Winston to throw. Pass complete, Thomas. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Here's 1st down. Winston to give, it's Kamara. There he goes left side. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this, because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. This is 1st and 10. Throwing Tua. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. At 5 yards, not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Now Tua. 2nd down. Here's Mostert again. And that could be a killer. He'll lose yardage and tackled inbounds. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.